Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use this kit. I bought this at Hobby Lobby. Again, it's in my haul. I'll link it at the end or down below for you, or both. And we're going to go ahead and use this. Obviously, if you've been watching my planner videos, you know that this isn't really the style that I usually go with, but I'm not really prepared to start my typical crafty girl aesthetic just yet. So I just kind of want to get my feet wet, get back into the groove of learning the shapes and sizes, not shapes, of learning the sizes of the box and getting re-familiar with everything. And again, we're backtracking, so let's go ahead and use this. Alright, we're going to do a voiceover. I know that you guys like for me to talk through some of my planning stuff, but while I plan, I actually like to watch movies and TV shows. I don't actually prefer to talk while I'm planning most of the time. That's not to say I won't do that in the future, but that's one of the reasons why I haven't been putting out planner videos, is because I don't prefer to talk, and I just kind of want to relax and watch, TV or whatever. So I figured I would just do a voiceover and kind of talk through, but some of my planner videos may have no voiceover at all. I may just do music and show you guys just how I'm planning. So I'll do different kind of styles, but yeah, it's been a long time. That's why I'm kind of putting this introduction back out there for you guys. But true to my style, I am cutting down my boxes. I'm starting to get used to the size of the boxes all over again, and this is just a concept I really like. I like putting construction paper, scrapbook type paper onto my planner, and it always goes down first and then my washi comes after, just because I don't want the construction paper to lap over on top of the washi. And sometimes I have a method to my madness where I place the scrapbook paper. I keep saying construction or scrapbook, but you know what I'm trying to say. Sometimes I have a method to my madness on how I place them. Sometimes I don't. And this was just one of those random, I was just like, okay, here kind of thing. But sometimes if I know it's going to be a busy week, what I like to do is I'll just take like a little notebook and jot down all of the things that are going to go on that week and what days those actions fall on. And then that way, if I feel like I have a lot on a certain day or in a certain box, I try not to put any construction paper there, although I can always write over it. I could use sticky flags to kind of glue yet another layer of, construction paper on top of it, but just letting you guys know some of the options of how I do my process. I get this question asked a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and kick it off and address it right now. These are the two most asked questions. Why do I cover up so much of my space, and then what do I do with my planner once the year is over? So I don't always have that much going on, and this is a creative outlet for me. This is how I like to do it, and that's the answer to that first question. And then the second thing is, it also kind of turns into a memory book of the things that I've done. It's not just go to the dentist and, appointments kind of thing. It's also goals and things that I'm doing and places that I'm going, things like that. So I keep it just as anyone would maybe keep a scrapbook. So hopefully that answers any questions up front. Other than that, if you're wondering why do I do certain things the way that I do, I don't know how else to answer it other than that's just how I prefer it. One thing that I feel that I do that I don't feel like I see at all in other planner videos is I like to write over my words with markers. I don't actually prefer the look of black ink or blue ink or really any kind of ink. There's something weird about writing in black ink and then me going over it in a colored marker. I just like it. I can't explain it. So, yeah. Anyway, so as you saw, I put the scrapbook pieces of paper down. Then I went in with my washi. I actually chose a washi that under normal circumstances, I would never choose like that pairing. But that's the other thing, I'm trying to push myself outside the box and add more prints and patterns that I normally wouldn't do, just because I tend to be a very monochromatic type of person, and I'm trying to push myself outside of that and really get comfortable with mixing prints and patterns. So when I looked at this washi, I was like, okay, I normally wouldn't choose this for this look, but I'm going to force myself to do it and see how I feel about it afterwards. It's not bad. If you're wondering, well, what washi would I have used? Probably black. So I would have used something like black, really make it pop and stand out. But yeah, so then once I put the washi and all that down, I saw this, okay, so this whole thing is LOL. I don't know if I mentioned that in the first clip or not, but she was in the scrapbook paper, and as you saw, I cut her out, and then I laid her on top of yet another pattern of black and white stripes, which is also from a scrapbook collection from the LOL line, which I got from Hobby Lobby, by the way. And you'll see what I'm going to do with that a little bit later on. Now, this is me just kind of getting comfortable. This is backdated, so this was a week that had already come and gone, so, but I still wanted to decorate it, and I used that time to kind of play around. Like I said, play around with different washi, play around with different things that I normally wouldn't do. Really use it as a, how would I describe it? I was just using as a testing scenario, you know, what do I like? There are a lot of elements from bullet journaling that I love, and I'm gonna get into bullet journaling, and I'm also gonna pull bullet journaling into my happy planner, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, so I really love some of the essence from bullet journaling, so I took this time to use a backdated week for myself to start playing around with different styles and different ways of saying something to myself. Like you'll see here in a minute, I have a credit card payment due on a certain day, and so I was trying to draw like a little credit card. So it's little things like that. I don't want to just like write, you know, credit cards due $35 kind of thing. I wanted to make it fun too, and that's the other thing, is that a planner is all about fun and visual for some people. You know, it's okay to just have a file of facts and just scribble and write and brain dump, and like you're great with that. For me, I have been talking and talking after that last clip, and it didn't record the audio. That's so odd. So I honestly can't tell at this point because I'm not going back and going through the audio of what I've already said. But I think I was talking about how it's okay to have a file of facts and just scribble down, write what you need to write. But for me, I like to have things really pretty, and for whatever reason, I like to outline my text in colored marker. So anyway, other than that, I mentioned a bunch of other things that just got erased, and I don't know what I really want to say. I do want to just point out that this is the Big Happy Planner, and I love it. I prefer the Big Happy Planner over the Classic Happy Planner, but just be careful if you go out and you buy Happy Planner stickers that you're buying the stickers for the right size planner, because they make classic size stickers to fit the boxes in that smaller one, and then they make stickers to fit this bigger one. So just be aware of that. Also, I do have an A5. I love my A5, and I'm going to treat my A5 for my YouTube stuff. So anything that's YouTube related, what I want to film, my goals are going to be in my A5, and I am going to share that planner with you guys because I came up with a concept last night, or not last night, but a couple nights ago, that I'm really, really excited about how I'm going to decorate it. So stay tuned for that. But another thing that I was saying that I think got erased is that my usual CraftyGirl spreads will come back, but my printer is not working right now, so it's really going to be dependent on my printer if I get it fixed or if I just end up getting a new one. So I can't wait for you guys to see what that spread is going to look like. Other than that, like I mentioned, I'm just kind of playing around. There's really not much for me to write, and sometimes I just don't have that much going on. I think that was one of the other things that I talked about that got erased. Sometimes I overthink what I need to write in my planner. Sometimes I think about it from a literal standpoint, like write your appointments, write, you know, the obvious things that you would write in a planner. But sometimes, you guys, I don't think you have to write the obvious things. If you want to write, you know, I don't know, you tied your damn shoes. Like, write that, you know? I feel like that's the thing about your planner. It's your planner. It's whatever you want to do and whatever you want to say. And I'm hoping that me pushing myself to remind myself, just write whatever you want, is really going to help me explode more out of my shell, because sometimes I get stumped and I don't know what I want to write in my planner. So thumbs up if you think the same thing. I think I said this before, so if you're hearing me say this double, I'm sorry. But if you're experiencing the same thing and sometimes you just get to your planner, you're like, well, what do I want to write in here? Yeah, unless you're somebody excuse me, unless you're somebody that's just always on the go, you're always traveling, that's gonna be easy things to write in, right? Appointments all the time, like, those are easy things to write in. But if you don't live that kind of super busy lifestyle, sometimes you get to your planner and you're like, okay, what do I write in here? That doesn't mean there isn't a million things that you could possibly write in there. You know, you could write in your water intake, or if you're taking vitamins on the daily, your moods. You could write, you know, movie nights and game nights. And I'm going to start a 30-day squat challenge, so I want to capture that in my planner. But anyway, this video is coming to an end. Hopefully the recording's going to take this time. So sorry for that weird cut on the end of the first recording. But yeah, that's it, you guys. I'm going to come back soon for more planner videos. I know that a lot of you have been patiently waiting and you've subscribed to me just for this. So thank you for still sticking around, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.